Roll Tide, everybody, and welcome to Last Call. We're going to get into the NCAA Tournament. Hey, I know Bama got a really good seed, but then one of their players got in a little bit of trouble. How's that going to affect the team? Our thoughts on that just broke that Aden Holloway is in some trouble right now. That and more right here on Last Call with Jay Coker. I'm Mick Gillespie. Let's get this thing started the way we always started with our open. And this is an open he likes. I wonder, like on the open, you're obviously playing quarterback and you're throwing the football. And I'm guessing that's from like a game. I wonder what happened on that play that picture was taken.
Can you pull the picture up real quick?
It's in the open. I'll hit it again and just watch. Tell me if you remember what you're doing in this particular pose.
Cotton Bowl. I think that may be. It looks like I'm about to scramble, so I think that might have been the first throw to Richard Mullaney coming into the second half. Mm-hmm. If I had to guess.
Nice. All right. Well, look, we got some bad news. We got some good news when the bracket came out. I would Bama versus Hofstra. I mean, I know Hofstra can beat you, but you're never going to have an easy game in the tournament, right?
Yeah, I didn't like seeing Texas Tech right there as the 5 seed. We'd have to play next, but their best player has been out the entire year, or I guess the second half of the year. So we don't have to worry about that as much. Looks like we might have gotten lucky.
Yeah.
But having said that, most likely losing your second leading scorer is not going to be helpful.
You think? Okay, so what we know is that we know that Aiden got in trouble, right? Got arrested for marijuana. Now, okay, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you the same thing I said on my Cubs shows when Javi Baez couldn't play in the World Baseball Classic because he got a positive marijuana test. I covered the Cubs.
This isn't quite the same though.
Well, I know, but here I'm just going to tell you what I said. Look, on one hand, from me, and then you can give me your take on this too. On one hand, I could care less if he smokes pot. I just don't care. It's legal in Chicago. I'm going to be there tomorrow. It's legal in Arizona, or no, in Vegas when I go out there. You were just there. It's legal in California. A lot of places it's legal. Okay, it's decriminalized in a lot of places too. That's so on one hand, like with Javi, and the same thing with Aiden, and unless he's like some kind of like drug lord. I mean, hey man, like that's something that I've done. I've told you guys, I smoked weed with a guy named Willie Nelson. I've done it. Like, and I was in college. Turned out to be pretty good in life. It wasn't like it took you down a bad path. But I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not advocating that for anybody. Like that, if you're young and it just it's not something to get into. Just same thing with drinking or anything else, right? Like, stay on the straight and narrow, kid. And I believe that too. But then the other part of it, and this serious part of it, is that it might not be that big a deal when it comes to people like me that don't care that much. But the rules are the rules. And it's like gambling on baseball. I'm not allowed to gamble on baseball because I work in baseball. If I gambled on baseball, I'd be breaking a rule. Now I can legally gamble if I want to, but with that job, the job that I have, I'm not allowed to do it. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing. You have a responsibility to your teammates, to your work, to follow the rules that are in place. Team rules and even rules that may be against the law in the state. So I hope that it's a learning experience for him. But at the same time, I hope that we don't go overboard here trying to punish somebody. And when I don't have all the facts yet, but you know what I'm saying? If it's just like possession of, some pot, I mean, I hope that he gets to play in the NCAA tournament. And the other thing is, like, in college football, if you get they let you play in the bowl games and stuff if you smoke pot.
Yeah, no, I mean, me and you are pretty much on the same page with this. I mean, to me, if this was a misdemeanor charge, and it was he was using it recreationally, I mean, I'm like, all right, college kid, make him run, extra, do the whatever. I mean, run him through the ringer and make him throw up, make him realize this is a bad decision. Look, I'm not, again, I'm not a drug user. I know a lot of guys that have used, I mean, who have smoked pot and smoke pot regularly that are very productive, and that doesn't bother me at all. Like if you know your own limits and you can handle it and you can be productive and a good person, then I mean, I'm very adamant that people need, they should have their freedoms to do what they want to do within, as long as they can stay productive and be, an asset to society, good neighbors, good friends, all that. I mean, just kind of is what it is to me. I mean, I'm just now seeing some of these details. I'm seeing where he had, over a pound of marijuana and, cash and other paraphernalia. My thought on all that is I don't want to see this kid's life ruined over something that he can fix at this point. It's not like a 55, 60-year-old man, been doing this for years, in and out of jail. Man, this kid's a high achiever, and this is obviously a mistake. I mean, probably through his own just being a naive 21-year-old thinking that this is no big deal and, he can get away with it and not really realizing, where the eyes of the government, how how deep into things they'll get. But this is an issue where I think it's probably going to be a good thing that he gets in trouble for this and gets him back on the right track. How Nate Oats handles it,
That's what I was going to ask you. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I was about to say this could be one of those things again. I hate to suspend a guy before all the details play out, because, and again, I mean, just the evidence alone, it doesn't look good. At the same time, it's not like he's getting arrested for, robbing somebody at gunpoint or, doing something extremely violent. I know that, the Auburn people and people that are, all out against Nate Oats are going to say, well, what about Brandon Miller? And, I get that. It's not something that I didn't dive. It's not like I dove into that case too much, but I do, my understanding of the scenarios is that he gave Darius, I can't remember, Darius Miles his gun back. And I'm not sure if he was completely aware of the situation or, what was going to play out. But I think Darius Miles asked for his gun and he gave him his gun back. And then obviously we know what happened and horrible situation. But I think when you're talking about a bunch of 18 to 22-year-old kids, and that's, I mean, Brandon Miller, I think, was 18 when that happened.
Yeah.
Aiden's 21. And I'm not saying it's right by any means or it should go unpunished, but I do think, and Coach Saban used to talk about it all the time, is, a lot of these guys are all these guys are going to make mistakes. I mean, sometimes you get caught, sometimes you do. I mean, sometimes you don't, but we've all made mistakes. I mean, one of my best friends, one of the best people I know, I mean, Dylan Lee got in trouble on his scooter, got a DUI and tried to evade the campus police on his scooter. I mean, horrible mistake. One of the dumbest things you could possibly do. But he's one of the best people I met, one of the best teammates I had, and Coach Saban kept him on the team from what I heard, mainly because his mom came and met with Coach Saban and asked him for one more chance. He gave him one more chance, and man, Dylan was crystal clear from then on, graduated, owns his own business now. The fact that he was able to stay in Tuscaloosa, marry his wife who was in Tuscaloosa as well. They've got, a happy family, 3 kids. You just don't want to see the rug be pulled out from under kids who are good at heart but just make really bad mistakes. And I'm not saying violent offenses over and over again. Like at some point, you got to just kick them out and get rid of some of these guys. But I've heard nothing but great things about Aden Holloway. And, if this is his first run in with any kind of disciplinary action, you hate to see him just kicked to the curb and forgotten about, by this program. Like I said, I mean, it's more serious than just having, some recreational weed, but at the same time, I mean, I just hate to see kids get kicked to the curb when they really hadn't been in much trouble and they make one big mistake. And as you know, I mean, these scenarios, there's so many factors that play into it. We really have no idea what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the Brandon Miller scenario. I don't know all the details. To me, it's very muddy. Unless you're involved in the scenario, I don't think you can really ever know exactly what happened. But
that one was terrible.
Yeah, no, I mean that was awful, and that was. I mean, look, that was an awful scenario. But again, Nate Oats, you recruit these guys.
Right thing. Yeah, he'll do the right.
You recruit these guys. You talk to their parents. I mean, to me, a college coach is basically your college dad. I mean, he's supposed to be there, help take care of you, help raise you from 18 to 22, 18 to 23, and set you up for the next phase of your life. And so I don't think it's necessarily easy to just say, oh, well, you're out. I mean, if it's that easy, then you're not coaching the right way, in my opinion.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. Well, Coach Saban was the best at, basically tough love, right? Like, hey, it ain't gonna be easy, but
well, Coach Saban is as rough as he was. I mean, he still, he knew his guys well enough. He knew who's good guys, who are good people, and who were making honest mistakes, and guys that probably needed to part ways with the program. And you can say some of that is performance based. Yeah, I would say some of that is true, but also you don't perform that well if you're not a good teammate and not pretty disciplined in what you do. I never saw a player anywhere that really that made it and did well in the NFL without being a good teammate, good player, good contributor to the team and everybody around him.
Yeah, right.
And for the most part, I feel like there's some outliers there that are just ungodly talent, but for the most part,
this is perceived different now too than it would have been like 15, 20 years ago, right? You know what I mean? Like it was a time back then. I mean, it was like your life's over. Now it's like
weed was like, I feel like
weed and stuff. The government smells weed. I mean, like they make a ton of money off of it on all these these states. If you had a medical license and you had to buy that. So I mean, I don't know. Like,
apparently that's kind of what the issue is here. He doesn't have that tax stamp, for the smell of weed. So I mean, that's obviously.
Are they gonna get their money now, though? Oh man! Hey, look, here's the bracket.
Determining factor, you think?
That was one of the determining factors. There were 3
Bama's
teams
playing
kind of
Hofstra.
in the
Who
last
knows if he's going to be there or not.
Conversations that we had for
Akron
that last
against
Texas
Tech,
number 1 seed, and it
Are
was
you playing a video?
it was UConn, and then it was also Houston. And
when you put that picture up, all I hear is audio of somebody talking over you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it must be on their page. I can't hear it. Anyway, that was the bracket. Sorry about that. It was the bracket. I'll try to find another one. What do you think though? What do you think of the draw?
I thought we probably got one of the better. I think we probably got the best 4 seed, around Hofstra. Then you got Texas Tech. Now, unfortunately, we run into Michigan in the Sweet 16, which isn't a good look. But especially if we don't have Aden Holloway. But it's hopefully that Ole Miss game serves as a wake up call for us, and we kind of tighten, get our shit together for a tournament run. Hopefully, at least make it to the Sweet 16. If we don't make it to the Sweet 16 with that set up, that's going to be a disappointment. But once you play Michigan in the Sweet 16, it's a flip of the coin. I mean, I'll be happy to be there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So
yeah, look, I think they could beat anybody. I mean, I really do. I mean, I don't put them as. It would honestly, dude. Nothing would really surprise me too much. You know what I mean? Like we could lose in the first round, or we could run. I don't know what is going to happen. Tell me if is it? Can you hear me now, or is there that sound again?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. So there we are, right there. So Philadelphia, St. Louis, Buffalo. Like I like this side. I mean, I think we don't have Arizona to me and Duke are the 2 teams I wouldn't want to mess with. I think we can beat Michigan. And who knows what the upsets are? Georgia's over here with in Buffalo against St. Louis, Texas Tech and Akron, Bama and Hofstra. Up there's Tennessee. We got Tennessee, Miami, Ohio, Virginia, Wright State, Kentucky. There's a lot of SEC teams over here. Santa Clara, Iowa State, and Tennessee Tech. So I mean, look, some familiar teams. And I love that Nate Oats goes out and plays everybody. That these are teams you play in conference. But when you look at just the top seeds in this tournament, Bama's played some of these teams here in the last few years, right?
Yeah,
and that's because they play everybody.
Yeah, best case scenario is somehow Georgia pulls off an upset against Michigan. We play Georgia in the Sweet 16 and get Iowa State in the Elite 8. Well, hey, we got the best draw of anybody.
Hey, if you guys want to check out of any
5
right. If you guys want to check out the NCAA tournament, go to Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. They've got Timeout Sports Lounge, which is a Vegas-style sports book right there at Golden Moon Casino, and it's just like being out in Vegas. I'm filling in for Jim Dunaway and Ryan Brown coming up. They're going out to Vegas for March Madness. I think next Monday and Tuesday I'll be home with LT. You should come up and do it with us, Jake. But those guys are going out to Vegas. You don't have to go that far. Just go hour and a half or a little longer to Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi, from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. And they got 20 big screen TVs. They're going to have all the games on in there. You can bet with the window or kiosks. You don't have to spend $1,000 for your seat. I mean, it's a good deal, and it's close, and it's your casino, and it's great. But they got table games and slots and all that stuff too.
Are you going up this week?
I'm going to the next round to sit in with LT on Monday and Tuesday.
I got you.
Yeah,
Tomorrow?
No, next Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, next Monday. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to Chicago, that toddling town. If the snow lets me. Yeah, it's snowing up there right now. I think it's like a blizzard or something. They're used to that.
I forgot. Heck, Alabama's playing in Chicago. You going to the game?
I'm only up there for a day.
Mm.
So I'm coming back. So they're playing up there Friday?
Yeah, Friday and Sunday.
That's where it is. That's awesome.
Heck, you ought to stay there and go to a game.
Yeah, man, I'm thinking about that. I've never been to a NCAA tournament.
You're not.
I've been to the Final Four in the national championship.
You're not bought in. You don't want this team to win.
Oh, get out of it. You know what I'm going to tell you about? I'm going to tell you about my friends at Patriot Roofing and Outdoors. 205-919-4494. Unlike Jake, these guys will answer every time you call. They answer the phone, and they do excellent work. You're talking about Will and Justin. They have free inspections for your roof, but they don't do just roofs fantastically. They also are total home solution guys, man. They can do roofing, siding. They can do gutters, windows, full renovations, all of that stuff. So give them a call, Will and Justin, 205-919-4494. Yeah. And did you get that slide I threw in there at you? Unlike Jake, they answer when you come. Although you have been answering lately. You called me and I didn't answer. How'd that feel?
Yeah, a couple texts went unanswered too.
Oh man, I know. Well, thanks for doing this show earlier. That we had a schedule for early, and then I got to jump off here and do some other stuff. But we wanted to just talk a little NCAA basketball. We'll do that later on this week too. I really got my fingers crossed for Aiden and his future. And look, kids make mistakes. It's great to see Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. back at football practice. He did the things that they asked him to do. Made a dumb mistake, made a dumb decision. Nothing good about what he did, and hopefully he becomes a better person for it. And
I think he will. That's usually the way it plays out, right? I mean, a kid gets scared about his future moving forward, everything falling apart, and it takes a come to Jesus moment, where where the road to success is clearly defined.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we are with Aiden. I mean, again, you hear nothing but good things about the kid, and I was shocked to see this. Again, it's not like you found a body underneath his apartment. You know what I mean? Right. It's not like
he's going to have to pay a price. He needs to be punished. I get all that stuff.
Yeah. I would say when I was. I don't know. I guess when I was younger, I was a lot more black and white. But as you get older, and you think about, you take the hypocritical thoughts out of it, and you put yourself in those shoes, and you realize some of the dumb things you did. I mean, I wasn't carrying around a pound of marijuana, but young kids are they make dumb mistakes, and typically, like I said before, if you're dealing with a good guy and this is an honest mistake, or I say an honest mistake, this is just a flat out mistake. But you got to quit this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got to focus on the things that are going to make you, more successful. And I don't even know what to say about it.
What if it wasn't even his? What if it was some friend of his, but he got caught with it? He's not going to say
it. Yeah, I mean, that crossed my mind too.
Like, you just never know what the circumstances are. Hey guys, thinking about a vacation, Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City, Maryland. Oh, you're going to love this place. Back to back coastal style hotel of the year, and OC. Everything you need there for a fantastic time. Great food, awesome views, wonderful people. It's a place I've been many times, and I cannot wait to get out there this summer at some point and hang out with our guy Keith. You guys swing by there. Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City. Let me know what you think when you're out there. Jake, this is it. Got to wrap it up here at this 24-minute mark. Any final thoughts?
I hope some news comes to light and Aiden's playing Friday afternoon. Nate Oats got to make the best decision for him and the team, and I feel like he'll do that. He'll do his best to make sure Aiden's taken care of. And hoping we're watching Alabama on Sunday. Hopefully we're gearing up for a matchup between us and Michigan or Georgia next week.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you guys this right here. One thing that'll cheer me up is watching this commercial. Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. We'll be back at it on later this week. And don't forget about liking and subscribing and commenting, being part of the show. Let us know what you guys think. All right, thank you. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
So, Jake, let's break down some game tape.
Hold on, fellas. Steve.
Hey, Jake, you ready to rock?
Let's roll, brother.
Guess we're calling plays at Pearl River Resort. Wow, Jake's first throw scores.
And Steve's got the crowd pumped. Man, they're absolutely rolling.
'Cause I don't have to be me till Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I ain't gonna face reality.
I tell you, Jake still got game.
While Steve keeps rocking aces.
Boom, Jake seals it with a pick.
Come call your own plays at Pearl River Resort. Let's roll.
I don't have to